next thing on the list is to complete the wiring between the motor drivers, which are here, and the Mega, yeah, the Arduino Mega, which is here. So the 4 motor drivers need PWM signals, so they need to be connected to PWM circuits on the Mega, which is, there's a row of them down here, and digital circuits, so, and they're connected across there. So I need to link these boards with this board and sharing the different types of signal coming from the Mega, and that will eventually operate the motors. If you recall, we've got the motors in and plugged into the boards on the output side. We've also got the dual voltage powering the boards, so the motors can actually receive full battery power. And there's also logic voltage, 5 volts DC, feeding the boards as well. If there's a 6-wire circuit between each board and the Mega for it to operate, that's going to be 24 wires between there and there, so that's, we're getting like a bundle like that really. So it's going to take a little bit of time to actually piece together. I've got my wiring diagram. That's all I've got so far. So I know that I'm going to be using digital pins 22 to 37, PWM pins 5 to 12, that's inclusive, and then if I want to plug in some remote controls, joysticks, I'll be using analog inputs AO and through to A8. So I'll try and keep it as simple as I can for now, but this is where the serious wiring starts to come into effect. I've got this bundle as a guide to how frequent the wires run through on a standard ribbon cable or bundle, but I've got to run each cable individually because of the length. So I've got various lengths of these, so obviously if I'm starting here and I've got to get a wire down to there, I need a long length. So that's the way I'll be working, each circuit individually routed to its thing, and then I shall probably print off a rail to go across here that I can tie the bundle to, so it's not all flopping around. Okay, so we've got all the hard wiring routed around, and I've done a map. So this is how everything is at the moment, and this is kind of coding to put on the Arduino coding program. I've done it the best way that I can, and I'll try to keep the slack wiring sort of tucked away down behind the trough, but basically the routing we've got is these here are all the PWAs and PWBs going to the drivers, and at the moment they're kind of just floating around in loops. All the digital out pins are over this side, and they're wired up in a kind of strange way. These figures that I've got written on the page, they kind of correspond to what I've actually done. So you see over this side we've got PWMA and PWMB, so that is what is on the board, on the motor driver board. So as I've been routing around each cable, this represents motor driver board 1, 2, 3, 4, and these are the 6 wires coming away from each of the boards. So take for example motor driver board 1, the PWMA pin goes around to PWM11 on the Mega, and the A-in, which is digital pins, is on digital pin 40, which is over here, and just in the circles is the colours of the wire to correspond. So next move, these are all individual plugs at the moment, and I'm waiting for a 2x8 block, cable block, so that I can plug those in as one bundle. The wires here behind it route round to the transceiver device, so that's like a separate circuit altogether. So I've tried to keep them in bundles. We'll see how it looks when I've put the multi-plug in, as to regards of tying up any loose wiring that is down below this board. I think it'll be alright to leave as is. I've just got to lose these loops ready for when the top cover comes down, because the top cover will come down to about there, so I've got to lose some height in these loops. But essentially it's there, A to B, C to D, it's all hardwired. So it's just getting down to doing the coding now, which is going to take me a little while to sort out, but yeah, we're getting there.